Now you guys know I am super hyped to talk about this case right here. Easily, by far, since I've been doing YouTube, is the most asked about, the most anticipated, the most questioned case ever for an iPhone, and we got it in here live. Let's go ahead and talk about it. As you see the whited out actual packaging from the folks over there at dBrand, man, at the Ghost case. So let's jump into this. We're gonna take our time because this is a brand new case. I know everybody wants to know all of the little fine details. This may be more than a 10-minute video, but just stick with me, rock with me as I bring you guys this exclusive. So first thing off, you already see the different packaging that dBrand is hitting us with. We normally, for the grip cases, it's always gonna be the black. Y'all know the matte black, the very smooth packaging, but this time they went with an all white packaging, and even in their imprinted, you can see as it wraps around, it's gonna say Ghost case. So that's it, very minimal. You get a little bit of a ghost emblem down here. This all white is like tearing my actual camera up. Nothing on the back, basically plain, very easy to get into packaging. First thing you're gonna do is have this little slide out jar. And as you can see right there, that actually brings out, and we're gonna place this down, man. We can't treat this like any other case, throwing it off to the side. We're gonna place it down, and there lies the dBrand Ghost case. Let's get into it. So this is basically, you're already gonna get very nice packaging experience as you already think about when it comes to dBrand. Let's put that to the side and let's take a look at the actual case itself. First of all, of course, it's gonna be shipping with that Ghost emblem plastic liner that's going to protect this clear case as it's in the shipping process, and we love to see the little details like that. And thank you, dBrand. I always say these things. Thank you for including these little pull tabs to take this plastic off very easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the plastic off, and then let's tear into this case. So the first one is going to be the little tab on the inside. Very satisfying. So that's going to be the inside tab. You can already see that MagSafe. And here on the back, let's remove this. There it is. And there lies. There it is. Here it is. Voila. This is the dBrand Ghost. So you already see the subtle differences of this case than what you normally expect from dBrand. Now, the first thing I talked to him about this, the first thing this thing is it is incredibly thin. This is a big difference, man. This is a big departure. This very thin in all of the angles, man. Very thin case, but I can really appreciate it because if I know it, like I know anything about a dBrand case, it's going to give you the fit that you need. So we're talking about 1.2 millimeters thin. It was actually so thin that they couldn't actually embed the magnets on the inside. So they actually put it on the outside and actually enclosed it with the question mark magnet. And that's a way to make it work. You know, some companies, if it's too thin, we're not going to do the magnet. No, dBrand said, yes, it's a thin case. We want it thin, but this is how we're going to incorporate the magnet, and they put that question mark magnet right here. In my opinion, looks very, very clean. So let's go ahead and step around this case. Now this case is going to give you 10 feet of drop protection. So let's go around the top side of it here. As you can see, you're going to get that nice little design, especially on the back. It's going to be a crystal clear case on the back, but when it comes to the sides, this is where you get a little bit of a hybrid type thing going on, where it's incorporating a little bit of that dBrand grip characteristics, but it still is a clear case. So on the side, you're going to get these little lined up grippy patterns that goes along the top of it. And on the corners, as you can see right here, it bows out a little bit more to help you a little bit when it comes to that drop protection. Coming down the sides is going to give you that single line, and then you're going to get that little alternating breakup of the actual black material on the inside. You're going to get a raised power button. It's very seamless the way they built it into the actual little frame, going all the way around, going all the way down to the bottom. This same little frame goes along, but it stops. And these little ridges, as you can see in the frame, really is going to help with grip. Of course, we get our accurate cutouts here on the bottom. Flipping it over on the left side, you're going to get that action button, volume up and down, and these all have a nice texture going all around it with that little band going around. And that just gives you that extra level of grip. You know, we all like clear cases, but the thing about them, they're like wet bars of soap. But dBrand said we're going to switch up the look a little bit and give you a little bit of texture going around it, a little bit of rubber texture, so you can actually get that grip and enjoy that clear case. I mean nobody wants to cover up the natural titanium, all right? Nobody wants to cover up this beauty. So yeah, I respect them for that. Let's go ahead and weigh this right here. It is 33 grams, and they were right. Look what I had written down in my note down here. They said it's 33 grams. It is 33 grams. So that's the way to do accurate. That's the way you do it, man. This accuracy. A lot of companies say it's this gram, it's this, but it isn't once you get it actually on it. So let's go ahead and pop my natural titanium 15 Pro Max into this case. And let's see what this thing has to work with, man. Let's check out the fit. This is all my initial reactions. I don't know what this thing fits like. So let's go ahead and get my initial reactions with it. So let's pop it in here. And then, woo, I know you guys heard that slap. It's just like somebody just smacked you in your damn face when that pop came on. When the actual fit of this. Siri, listen to me. I'm about to smack you in your face. But let's go ahead and take a look. Here is that ghost case in... Look, man, I've been looking for a clear case. I'm not a huge fan of clear cases, but this one right here and how they did it, I'm a fan of it. I am a fan. So this is that natural titanium in that dBrand ghost case. So let's step around it, and then I'll be able to tell you a few more details with it. So first thing we're going to take a look at is going to be the buttons. See, they're very seamless, integrated into the case. Let me make sure that click is, yep, you can hear it. Very nice click when it comes to the buttons that feel real good. Let's look at the cutouts. All of your cutouts are very accurate. Let's take out the volume up and down. Very nice and tactile. Action button. Very nice and tactile as well. Hopefully you guys were able to hear the click on the buttons. Flipping it over on the back, and let's talk about the back a little bit because I spoke to him about this. Now, one thing I know everybody's going to ask me is, T, does this case yellow? This is what it is when it comes to clear cases. You're going to have your polycarbonate type of bendy, and that may not be the material, but you're going to have that flexible TPU-ish style clear cases. We all know what they're going to do over time. They're going to yellow. When it comes to the ghost case, they have a lifetime warranty with 100% satisfaction. 100% guarantee is a word I meant to say, that it's not going to yellow. And if it does yellow, they will replace it. What comes alongside of that is, you know, people going to ask, T, does it scratch? This is going to be two characteristics. You have to deal with a case that's going to yellow, or you deal with one that's potentially has the ability to scratch. It may not scratch all up like crazy, but you really have to choose your battles. You want a clear case that's going to yellow, or you want a clear case that may eventually develop scratches over time. But don't worry about that right now. Let's just check it out when it comes to the clearness. Now, one thing that could combat the placing this down so you make sure you don't scratch this case is they did have a rubber camera ring that goes around, and this is going to be a very stiff rubber camera ring down here. Of course, it is going to have that little lip so your cameras are protected, but these are the little attention to detail. They decided to put a little ledge right here, so when you set this down on the table, it's not sitting on the back of the actual case itself. It's sitting right along that little camera lip and this bottom lip, so you don't have no unnecessary wear and tear on the rear of the dBrand Ghost. So those are the little things that I really like that they decided to do when it came to this case. So lay on the table protection, let's go ahead and check that out. Now we're talking about 10 feet of drop protection. Now it does have a tiny little lip that goes all the way around it, but it's not too terrible. You know, standard protection. I feel like this is going to be kind of a standard protection when it comes to this. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. 10 feet of drop protection. It's a little thin, but they're saying it's 10 feet of drop protection, so I have to vibe out with it and, you know, for what it is. So 10 feet of drop protection has your normal lips, just like any other case out there on the market. Now, how does this case fit on the phone? I'm always going to be critical, and I'm always going to keep you guys at 100 to what I think about when it comes to the fit. Let's go ahead and get into it. So as you come along the sides, very tight fit. You're going to have a little bit of give right here when it comes to the buttons. You're going to have a little bit of give, but as you come along, and I know what I got on my phone right there, probably some Chick-fil-A, but as you go to the top, very stiff right here, bottom. Now, dBrand, I do have to talk about this because you guys know I am going to be critical on all cases on what I look for. I would like for this to be tightened up. This bottom area leaves a bit of a question mark for me. I would love to see this be a little bit more snug. Now, this may not be something that's going to droop or have a troubled area over time, but this right here, I was expecting that to feel a little bit like that, and it really doesn't feel that way. So that's something that I kind of would like to see cleaned up a little bit. This area, I would like for that to be really pop on, snug, good to go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So the fit is all around it. The bottom right here, I would like to see that cleaned up just a little bit more. Now, how does this phone with this dBrand Ghost case feel in your hand? This combination feels very good. All right, very, very good. I love the fact that you can show off the color of your phone or have the ability to show off the skin, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But we're about to get into it because the video is getting a little bit long. But I love the way that this feels in the hand. It keeps the phone very thin, which makes the phone very good for it in the hand, and it makes it feel like it's not heavy. Now, one thing I did forget to do is weigh this when I put the phone in the case. So let's make sure we pop it on the scale. 33 grams by itself, phone and dBrand Ghost, 267 grams. So that's going to be the weight when it comes to the dBrand Ghost. So the feel in the hand feels very, very good. I really like it. Very thin. The grips does its job when you were talking about holding it, and there isn't any sharp corners or anything like that digging into your skin, which we all love that, because one thing about the iPhone when it's naked, well, everybody like when something is naked, man. But when the phone is naked, you want to make sure your curves is comfortable. Let's just start talking about the case again, man. So let's go ahead and check out the MagSafe strength. Now, they said they have that nice, strong MagSafe strength, and when it comes to picking up this base right here, it wants to pick it up. Now, the dBrand grip picks this base up. It picks it up, no problem. It's been in the weight room. When it comes to this Ghost, it does want to pick it up. I feel like if I go really slow, it might pick it up, but it doesn't. You can hear it. It wants to pick this base up. It really wants to, but it doesn't quite have the strength to pick it up. Not saying that this magnet isn't strong, but I feel like from what I gathered, and that's I'm always going to talk about what I gather from it, it feels like the magnet could need a little bit. It's not as strong as that grip magnet. Now, that may be due to the clear material, but I feel like the dBrand grip just yoked this thing right up, and it was good to go with no issues, man. But still a very strong magnet. This is not a weak magnet by any imagination. It's not a weak magnet, but I think I definitely have had stronger magnets, and I still think the dBrand grip magnets are going to be a little bit more stronger. Now, let's just go ahead and pop our accessories up here. I mean, the accessories are going to work just fine if that's what you plan to do when you're talking about running something like this. Let's just pop the MagSafe battery pack up there, and let's get a grip at this. Pretty decent magnet. Definitely not the strongest, but it is a middle ground, above middle, 1 to 10, 6.5, 7-ish is where I would give this magnet. So I think it does pretty good for what you needed to do on the MagSafe tip. Now, one thing that we're gonna do is we have some skins, and there we go. We have some skins, and the Teardown Skin is probably one of the most popular skins, and I know a lot of people kept seeing advertisements of the Teardown Skin actually on the back of the iPhone, and then you throw the Ghost case up here. That's exactly what we are going to do. So let me go ahead and stop this video for a moment just so you can see what the skin looks like with the Ghost case, in case you want to run that combination. Let's slap this on real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so here it is with the Teardown Skin applied to the rear of the 15 Pro Max, and you can kind of get a gist of what's going on. This is the look that you can go for when it comes to having a Teardown Skin or whatever skin of your choice that you use. It's kind of dope because you see the actual magnet going right around the actual look of the magnet on the case right here. Absolutely fire. This is the actual look that you can go with if you want to rock with this, man. So the dBrand Ghost sitting at $50 for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I think it's a great case. I think it's a very clean case. I think it really checks the boxes when it comes to clear cases, giving us that grip, the thinness that we need. A lot of clear cases that's on the market that doesn't yellow, it does come with a little bit of thickness. dBrand was able to do it with a slightly different design, but at the same time maintain a thin profile, and I feel like that is where it is. If I had to ask for any improvement when it comes to this case, this bottom lip down here. I don't think it'll be a problem over time, but we all know case junkies like ourselves, we like for this to be tightened up just a little bit. It does have a little bit of play down here. Really wasn't expecting that, but I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. You can choose, do whatever with that information as you will. I still think this is going to be a very exciting case. And for people who have it on pre-order, I think you will not be disappointed when you get this in your hand. But if you want to check out the grip case, one of the OGs from dBrand, their OG case, I'm gonna definitely pop that video right here. Go check it out.